Okay, so very good evening to all of you. So let me hope my voice is loud and clear to all of you. In case any issue, you can report to the group. So I can just take that and we can just go for real quick check what we have gone through. Okay, so in this if you'll see the first part, that means the introduction to cloud, we have gone through the how to just means the connect to the cloud, the basic setup, the putty, those information we have gone through. We have gone through the very basic that Linux or Unix flavor command that is being used by professional. So the commonly used program around 60%, okay, we have used. Okay, so again, the command what I'm referring to, or I was referring to in the last session, that is day-to-day used one. Okay, so we have gone through that. Okay, so as a whole, if you'll compare or if you will just collect all together 4 sessions we have gone through so far. So from zero idea in the day one before starting your session, just try to understand how from the context or from the thought process or the visualization point of view, in just 4 days, that means in maybe 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours maybe, how much we can just we successfully started thinking the whole perspective of the profile in IT, what we are doing. Just the idea, I'm not saying you came to know everything, but exactly you came to know what exactly we are doing in the industry. Okay, now going a little bit deep into it. Today, we are going to spend some time on the process of learning the database component. And whenever we are talking about database related stuff, so very first thing is coming into the picture. If few of you might be knowing it, few of you never heard it, but either case, nothing to be worried. The common thing what we all have heard or going to start just getting now onwards is SQL. So to start with, maybe few of you are about to pass your graduation, few who is watching maybe recording, so maybe already passed out. But if somebody will ask that, okay, SQL and database, what is the relation between these two? Few of you might be knowing it, but for most of you, if you are fresher, we fail to visualize SQL is what, database is what, and how this two thing is connected. How this SQL and database, this two component or two, this word from the visualization perspective, how these two are interrelated or linked to each other. And to start with, it was the same question for me. On the basis of that experience or that situation, only I'm sharing with you guys. So today we are going to understand or going to get handful of new keyword or new word might not be there in your dictionary. Okay, if you are maybe not computer science background, maybe if you are arts graduate, commerce graduate, or maybe any other graduate, okay, for it's but natural that these word or these keyword is not known to you. So it is going to be very beneficial for in next half an hour we are going to just to get those words. We will try to just understand what exactly it is all about and how it is helping us to just use it in core IT. So that part we are going to start focusing. Okay. So before coming to that SQL and the database, the very first thing we need to start thinking or start visualizing the keyword or this thing called RDBMS. It's a full form is a Relational Database Management System. So again, I'm repeating, reiterating the same thing again and again, that what this RDBMS is all about. Normally, whenever we are just taking interview or any mock or maybe the interview in the companies, the first answer we used to get RDBMS, it's a Relational Database Management System. But this is not exact. This is a full form, definitely. So we have to just understand this thing, and not for understand means that not for mug up purpose. Okay, RDBMS is this. We need to always just visualize what exactly. The moment we are just like, if I'll say right now laptop, so you can immediately one picture will build in your mind. Okay, this thing. So same way, whatever word statement we are making, that picture should come in your mind. The moment the picture will come, 90% chance you are going to just understand, or you will start realizing, okay, what is not. Okay, so I'm just, let me reshare it one more time. I'm just going to share the full. Okay, so I'm just using this whiteboard, and hope this is visible to all of you. And here I'm just going to use that particular, it's a DBMS, but I said RDBMS. So this is, we are starting the ABC, because so far in last 4 sessions, we have discussed a little bit operating system. We have discussed how to connect to the server. We have discussed few basic commands, like how to just create a file folder, how to just write something into a file, how to move one folder data to another, those kind of thing, how to just check the health of the server, those kind of. Now we are just topic wise or as a whole segment wise, we are moving towards database. And in next 1 hour, you all will start visualizing, or the one concrete picture will be there. That is, crystal clear picture will be there in your mind, saying that, okay, if somebody will say Relational Database Management System or RDBMS, what it is all about. That is the only aim for today's session. Okay, and this is going to be the game changer for most of you. Okay, now, yes, if somebody is knowing this, you might be thinking, sir, this is for kids. Yes, definitely it's for kids only. So anything is very for kids if we know it, but everything or anything is to start with very tough. Okay, just try to understand now the situation. Now here, each and every alphabet have their own meaning, and we need to understand that. So RDBMS. So the first place where we are going to start with is this one. What is this? D stand for data. What is data? Okay. So what picture is coming in our mind when somebody is saying data? And I know I can just relate, I can feel it, you all know the answer. But the moment time comes to just speak up, speak out, that we used to think, okay, no, this is not the correct answer. No, that might be. So confusion, and we keep quiet, not answering it. So the simple data means what? How we are going to. So any character, okay, different way we can represent, but I'm just making more simple way. Any character, if it represents something, if some meaning is coming out of it, that is data. Like, can I say dot data? Yes, if it is coming something out of it, is the data. Can this can we say data? Yes, representing some numeric value. Can I say this data? Yes, it's very much data. So long story short, any character, if it is representing or some meaning is coming out of it, it's data. Okay, got it, means it makes sense. So this is about data. Now next thing is coming. That is database, clubbing together, okay, not separate. So what exactly database means? See, this is so common word, but the moment we ask what is database, consciously we stop expressing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe whatever I know it's wrong, but I can bet you know right, correct. Okay, now what is database then? I'm just putting few questions in front of you all, whoever is just watching, maybe live, maybe recording. So can we say simple, this maybe this notebook is database? You might be saying yes, you might be saying no. Next question. Can we say a simple notepad a database? Here, most of the answer, what I used to say, no, sir, notepad, we cannot say database. So as per normal understanding, normal means definition or normal thought, database is simple, the location, the place where we are putting or writing or keeping data is a database. So if that is the definition or that is the normal understanding we are discussing, so to that context, if I'm writing something into notepad or A4 size paper, can we say database? Answer is definitely yes. Data, that is character, putting somewhere, that is base. So yes, in notebook, notepad means whichever hard copy, you can say where we are writing, yes, it's a hard copy. In notepad, whatever we are writing or Word doc, yeah, it is a soft copy. But yes, in both the hard or soft, we can say database. So two characters we have gone through. Data, it's crystal clear now. Few of you might be thinking, sir, that is why to discuss this. We all know. Just the purpose of discussion is to, if anybody have any small doubt, that should be clear. That's nothing more than that. If you know, well and good. But few of you might not be knowing it. Maybe knowing it, but justification was not there. Okay, I'm right, means I'm right or wrong. So now that clarity came to all of us. Now, database is done. Next point is coming. management. What this management we are talking about, or as a whole management system. Just keep it. So what this management system we all are talking about. So see, whenever we are coming with something, there is a big question mark. Why we are coming with this something called a management system? So n number of example we can have, but simplest example I'm putting in front of you all, that in Notepad, suppose you have written 1,000 of line, or out of that 1,000 line, first column may be name, second column may be address, third column may be phone number, fourth is remark, and so on. Or you have just kept simple statement line by line you have put. And some requirement came to you saying that, okay, in Notepad, I want to just to get information, only name column. Can we display at one go? From Notepad, I have many columns. We have just put in that, we have arranged those data in that fashion. Name, then address, salary, phone number, that way. If somebody asks, oh, no, I want to display only name. Is it possible? So we can just select and put somewhere and then we can display. It's a lot tedious job, right? To display only name. Or I want to just display the name which starts with A. I want to display only name out of maybe 1,000 name. I want to display the name who's starting alpha is A or B, or maybe ends with A or B. Can we able to do this? Answer is no. If you want to, you have just written some line. You want to just arrange it in maybe ascending or descending order in Notepad. Can we able to do it? No. So these are the, likewise we can discuss many, but these are the challenges for us to just come across, or we are facing this kind of issues, you can say. Requirement is this, but we are not able to get it through Notepad. Now, what this management system will do? That management system internally, it's a program. So what this management system will do, whatever I was discussing with you all, that means arranging ascending order, descending order, doing some calculation, displaying only specific column, those kind of work will able to perform. So who will do this background? Definitely some program is there. Okay, so as a whole, DBMS, whenever we are saying DBMS in the background, it's a software. What exactly it will do this management system? That whatever issues I was raising, 4-5 point I made, that thing will be fixed, or that fixed in this, that fixed by this software. Maybe displaying one specific column, displaying data with it, maybe first or last, that kind of thing. So that management system we all are talking about. So as a whole, DBMS, the question is DBMS software. Example, FoxPro. FoxPro is an example. That means if you have, this is again backdated, nobody is using now, but as a sequence when we were doing project that time, that is, I personally just worked on this long back, around 20 years back, 21 years back. Okay, so this is DBMS. So database management system. But what is data? What is base? What is management system? Hope now you guys are getting crystal clear picture. Now, why this R came into the picture? Where this R? So R stands for relational or in relation. What relation we all are talking about here? So simple relational database management system. So this is again the standard. This is just like DBMS. It's a standard. So background coding is there. It will follow few things. It will give us some features. What was the problem? It got resolved. Again, what is the problem? In DBMS, that's what the advanced thing, that means ORD, means RDBMS came into the picture. So again, what was the issues in the DBMS software called FoxPro? So there are a number of challenges. One, the basic thing, it will not able to handle huge amount of data. It will not able to handle data consistency. So, but we don't know what is data consistency. You'll come to know slowly. Just get aware with this nomenclature. Okay, so that was not there. Okay, so n number of challenges, maybe security related challenge. Speed, that means the same point of time, the concurrent transaction was not able to handle properly. That means same point of time, one record, 2 person is accessing. Those kind of situation was not able to handle by the FoxPro software or the DBMS software. So this is the outcome. Nowadays, say for example, same point of time, people are just depositing money. Same point of time, some other person are withdrawing money. See. So same fraction second, that moment, there are maybe 100 or maybe thousands of transactions happening on that particular table or that particular area. We don't know what is table. So how to handle lakhs transaction as a whole on that was not possible to handle by FoxPro software. So keeping in mind the situation, the demand, the drawback, we had the new thing came into the picture in the form of relational database management system. So if someone asks, okay, relational data is the full form you are saying, relational database management system. What exactly the basic concept or how to come with a fair way so we all will be able to understand. So behind the scene, Dr. E.F. Kotz, the scientist, he gave some set of rules. Okay, the databases which follows those rules. What is that rule? I'm not coming into the picture. Okay, so as a whole, we will discuss while learning SQL, that part. But the databases which follows Kotz rule is known as relational database management system. Now, which databases are following Kotz rule? Now, which database is basically following? And if you want, you can simply, if you want to just know in the detail about, just simple go and give Kotz rule with example. This is, you will not understand definitely what exactly the whole thing. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12, the rule given by Dr. E.F. Kotz. The database who's following all these, not all these, because no database is there following all these rules, but maximum whoever is there. So if some database is following the Scott's rule, we can say it's a relational database management system or RDBMS. So we'll come to know like just information rule. We don't know what is guaranteed access rule. Right now we don't know. But once we'll finish SQL, you will be able to relate it. So that's what I'm not going to spend some time. If you know it, few of you from maybe computer science background, definitely you must be knowing it at least. Maybe name wise, at least you must have heard it. Definition, or if I'll ask something, might not be. You are not in position to explain or just answer me properly, but as a whole, these are the rules. So Dr. E.F. Courts, just long story short, again, I'm just wrapping up. So Dr. E.F. Courts have given that rule. The databases following those rules are known as RDBMS. Now, question is, which all are the databases following this? Or which all are the, tell me the example, just like example of DBMS is FoxPro, we said. Same way, what is the example of relational database management, RDBMS database? So, example for relational RDBMS example. Now, if I'll ask you guys, you might be thinking, okay, this, that. So, Oracle is example of relational database management system. Microsoft SQL Server is example of RDBMS. MS Access is example of RDBMS. What else? These are old basically, still. At least you can keep two bare minimum as an example. Okay, Oracle and MS SQL Server. Sybase is example of. What else? One more we will take. DB2, it's an IBM product. It's an example of relational database management system. Now, at least one thing is crystal clear. Okay, relational database and Oracle. What is the relation between these two? That is crystal clear to all of us, whoever is just attending this right now. Now, we are clear with RDBMS. We have idea about the Oracle, at least what is the relation between these two. But, sir, where is SQL coming into the picture? This thing, okay, we got some idea for sure, but where this SQL is coming into the picture? So here SQL is definitely it's a structured query language. And this is so important for all of us. Maybe you are working in any core project or maybe some support project, different tool we are using. Okay, so this is one of the must known or must know language for all of us, directly, indirectly, if we are related to IT. Such an important part is. So SQL is the common language for any relational database management system. Again, repeating, SQL is the common language for all relational database management systems. See the power, see the, if you know SQL, you will be able to work in all the name what I mentioned. Oracle, MS SQL Server, little difference, maybe you can say 1%, not even 1%, but 1% you can just take as a round figure. So SQL is common. If you know SQL, you will be able to work with Oracle, MS SQL Server, MS Access, Sybase, DB2. Even there are a lot of non-relational database management systems are there nowadays. So I'm not going much more in detail, but if you know this, you will be able to work on those also, because things are much more similar way. And that is the beauty of this. So we came across three things. If we'll conclude, number one, relational database management system. So we came to know about this. What is this thing? Okay. Next, we came to know something called what is Oracle? What is the relation between RDBMS and Oracle? That is crystal clear to us. And what is the purpose of SQL? SQL, okay, full form. So SQL is a language. That means if you know SQL, you will be able to interact with all these databases. So if you want to put some information, some rows into Oracle, we are focusing on Oracle, not in SQL Server, Access, Sybase, DBase, not. We are focusing on Oracle. And whatever practice, whatever learning we will do, the practical exposure wise, that we will do on Oracle only. And you will be able to work directly on that the server, what you all have access with. So that SQL is the common language for all. So if you know, you will be able to work it. Now, how we are going to interact? Purpose, if you want to put some data into database, how to do it? It's not like open the file, start writing. Just like in Notepad we are doing. It's not like that. If you want to remove something, how to do? We need to follow some rules. So if you want to create table, how to do? So anything related to data, if you want to do in this RDBMS, the way we will do is SQL. That's what I said. SQL is a common language for all RDBMS, and that is the reason we are going to learn SQL. You go for any industry, means software related thing. Ultimately, data either you will take and put in database, or you will extract from database and put it into the end client, end user. How it is getting done in the background. One of the key thing is SQL. Apart from languages, SQL is such an important part is for all. If you are a developer, you want to be developer, SQL. If you want to be DBA, SQL. And that is the reason from day one, right now also I'm saying that's an important part. Now, to work with this, we definitely need to understand the infrastructure or the place where we will work. So definitely the first criteria which we have to follow to learn SQL, we have to have a database. And which database? Oracle database. And we have already configured it. In the background, we have already done everything. What we need to know, again, this is out of scope of us, but we will learn how to start Oracle database. To start with, we have to check whether Oracle database is there or not. I asked the same thing a couple of days back, that is session. Whether Oracle software itself is there or not, how to find out? In the server, we all know, okay, IP address is there, go log in, but whether the Oracle software is there or not. Next, whether Oracle database is there or not. I explained you guys software and database, what is the relation? I said PPT, then suppose MS Office software and Word doc, what is the relation? If you don't have that MS Office software, are you in position to create a Word document? No. Same way, if you don't have Oracle software installed properly, you'll not able to create database. So again, our role is not to create database. That is actually main role is DBS professionals. They are doing it. So we have done it already on behalf of you, and that database is okay there. How to handle that database? Again, this is out of scope for you guys, but still I'll show you maybe if possible one time that how to start the database, how to shut down the database. Again, this start, stop, and simple command is simple, but that is not this itself. This work is not being done by general public. General public, I'm referring to the developers or those guys. Only DBA will have that permission. Shut down and start that kind of thing. And once it is database is up and running, so you guys will learn to check it. Already I have shown you last session. If you revisit recording, we have to check how whether the database is running or not. PS minus EF grep pmon. If not, how to start it. To start it, what are the things we have to do? Again, one-time learning. If you learn one time, that's it for lifetime. Process is the same. Maybe name will change. Instead of X, Y database will be there. G database will be there. Maybe instead of X version, X1 version, maybe Y1 version will be there. But the concept, the basic standard is the same. Basic is just same. Now, so how to start database? But once database is up, then how to read the data from that database, how to put data into database, how to create the structure of the table, how to modify the, suppose 10 column is there in a table. I want to add one more, how to do it? I want to reduce 2 more, how to do it? Size, one column size is 10, suppose. That means 10 means only 10 character can be just inserted in that. You want to make 20 or 30 or 300, how to do this? These all last 4-5 points what I made, that will be done with the help of SQL. Such an important part is. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys right now, just follow the step what I'm doing. No need to do from your side first 10-15 minutes. That thing, just whatever I said, the same thing practically I'm going to show you. That means database is there or not, up is not, if up, how you will able to go into the position so that SQL will start working. Because it's a language. So you have to just know, and know means we are not here to just speak. We have to interact by writing. And which language Oracle database will understand? SQL. So that thing we are going to do. Okay. So let me start this database. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So you guys already get the IP address in the chat box. So you can get that IP address. Let me just get that IP address. Just give me a second. Just stopping sharing for a minute. So I made a copy of it. Now what I'll do, you all know, but we have to open this particular. Okay. So far here, what I'm doing, how to make fresh entry, you all have gone through. What I'll do right now, I'll go whatever existing IP, it's already we have made entry. I want to change that. So simply what I'll do in this SHA test, I want to put that new IP address. No need to go fresh as per requirement. So you can go for new also, but though it's already there, I want to just make, instead of this SHA test, whatever IP is there that is old or it's not needed, whatever new IP I have, you can just put it here. What I did, just selected the name and then load whatever IP was there old, I replaced with the new one. That's it, save. Done. No need to make it re-entry. Once done, go for the very first time I'm using this IP, so this will come. Now, one more thing, we have to change the font size. So load, go to appearance, change it, change the 10 sizes there. I want to make it, suppose 18 or 20, whatever you want. You just go to this and save it. Okay, then open it. See, font size. Now, password, user ID, you know. So user ID is Oracle. Password is also Oracle. Now, what I'm doing, most of you at least so what it is saying or showing here, no, that P1 is not there. That means database is not running. How to check whether database is there at all or not, that also we have gone through last session. See, it's so these all are nothing new now. Here, this is new step I have just done. Aura ENV. What exactly it is? Again, this is very first time you are using, so definitely it's not known to you all. But what it is, why we are doing it? Whenever we are installing any software in your Windows machine also, so the software location, it might happen, is not known to command. That means the prompt, just like in C drive, we are login. So in Windows also there is a concept or the thing called path, setting the path. What exactly the setting the path? What exactly is setting the environment? We are letting this command prompt know that, hey, look, Oracle software is already there, and this is the name of the database what I have to work on. So for doing that, you have to let this prompt know that, okay, something SHA or any XYZ database is there. So if we will do this way, it will understand, okay, SHA means this, so something is there. So far, right now, it is not able to understand. We gave command called SQL plus, it is not able to understand what is SQL plus. But the moment we will let him know by this process, so this process is what for different for all the system. No, globally, this is the way. You learn one time, that's it, done. This is the way we have to, this is the normal standard way we can set the environment. So setting the environment means letting the command prompt know that, okay, something so-called SHA is there available database. Sir, but it might happen that 3 databases are there. That means right now we can say see only one line. It may be 3 lines because in one server we may have multiple database. If that is the question, can we have multiple database in one server? Yes. So how many number of database, maximum database we can have? Total depend on the configuration of the server. As per your experience, how many you have seen it? For me, around 18, 19, that many number of database was there in single server. So it's totally depend. But now, right now, we can see only one. If it is multiple, which database you want to work on? You have to give that name. By doing this .ora-env I did, you have to give that name. So what name I'm going to give here? Definitely name of the database. What is the name of the database? How to find out? I already discussed with you. What is the name here? SHA. I have said. Now if I'll use something called SQL Plus. Now, these are the few steps we are doing new very first time. Because here, see, so far what prompt we were getting for operating system. But right now we want to interact with what? Database. So 2 different things there, layer wise. Just like you all are using your smartphone. So if your Android operating system will not be there, are you in position to use your apps? Answer is no. If the operating system, that means Android, is not there, how come? Same thing here. So far, what we were working on? We were working on Linux operating system. Now, on top of that Linux operating system, we are going to use Oracle software. So Oracle software is there. So ultimately, our aim is to work with database. How to start database? So this is the step what we are doing. Which database you want to start? Set the environment. Right now, luckily, we only have one. So no confusion. SHA is there. If it is, maybe it might be another, you can give another. So right now, when we will give this command, what we are going from OS to database environment. Okay, so sir, here again, it is asking for user ID password. Yes, we have to give it. SysSDBA. Just like if you guys remember in the day 2, I said when we are starting our machine, that means that particular Linux server, we have to give user ID password, just like we gave it Oracle. So that user ID password for operating system. But same thing here in database level also, you have to do the security check or checking. Secure stuff is there. And here, which user? Sys. So why you have written sys as sysdba? This is equivalent to the super user. Just like root we have for operating system, the sys as sysdba user with extra permission we have for database level. So if you want to work with database, you have to go through this process. And this is again this task what I'm doing. I'm trying to start the database. This is again, it's a specific work for DBAs only, not for developer, not for anything. That is specialization for DBA. So sys only can, yes, sys only we have to give. Now, sir, what is the password? Password right now, we can give password, we can give this restriction, but right now it's a, if you give password, don't give, it will take. that is visible. So sysdb, hit enter, enter, that's it. You are, see the difference here. This was the prompt, but see the difference now. That means right now you are in a place through which you will able to interact with, or you can able to control your database. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start the database. And in the real life scenario, this start database and shut down database, it happened once in a year. Maybe some for maintenance activity it used to happen, but shutting down the database, can you believe? Everything is down. No transaction, no nothing. So it used to work 24/7, 365 days. Maybe for a few minutes, if you are having some work, emergency work or some planned work, modification or something in the software level or some upgrade or something, then we have to take some outage. Otherwise, it used to run work 24/7, 365 days. Okay. So how to start it next? Startup, hit enter. It will take few seconds. It is getting done. What is getting done, we don't know right now. Okay, so it's none of our business for this moment. See, database open. One more thing here. Once we will start, if you will exit from the prompt, also database will keep running unless you will not shut down it. It will keep open forever. If you exit from here also, see, still in the background database is running. Don't think that I exit means it's gone. No. Next question, sir, how to know it is running? Same command we have learned last day. Today also I have shown you. See, pmon.shha. See, this thing. Now it is showing. See the time, whatever server time it's showing. Okay, what time? This is the start time. So if I'll give date, what is the time now? See, 13:26. Just a minute back we started, so it is showing. Sir, if we want to shut down the database, if you want to close, but don't try this, don't practice this one, whatever I'm doing right now, okay? Because if database is down, nobody will be able to work. So don't do this step. Just for information I'm saying, because these things supposed to be taken care by us in the background. But I'm just sharing with you, just so that you can able to at least know what is going on behind the scene. So, but sir, I want to shut down this database. So just like startup I gave, you have to give shutdown. How? Once you set the environment, no need to just SQL plus same thing. Then shut down. Enter. Take some time. See, shut down. If you will exit here and you will give this command ps-cf grep pmon, see, gone. So in this way, you can check database up or down, how to up, how to down, how to check. But ultimately, we have to work on it. So again, this is one time only. If once you learn it, that's it. Now you check. Now what else? So whatever has happened in last 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, it's in the background. To start with, you are not going to take care of this one. Nobody will give you access in normal. Now, if database is running, now how end user will work? Because this task was for database administrator. But all the user, developer in the IT company, how they will log into the database? They are not going to have that system, those access. They are going to connect with different user, because this was super user. Super user, only DBS will have access. Now we are going to work as a developer. So default for practice purpose, Oracle have given few user. One of the main user what we are going to use is HR. HR, that is a standard. Okay. So we are going to log in first in HR, and then we will start doing little this command, what to, how to, why to, all these things. So this is again, and again, a few of you might be thinking, but sir, so many steps. First time, so many steps. What if you will calculate what we have done? Only few. You can make a note. If not, recording is already there. It will be there. You can just always revisit. So if you'll just revisit a couple of times, that's it. Done. So SQL plus, then HR is the username. What is the password? By default, HR is the password. If something is there from the background, we need to change. To start with, you don't know how to change and all that. Those things we will be learning basically. See, it is giving invalid. So let me check. Okay. So HR is the username. Password is Oracle. Okay. So you try if somebody wants to try something, just use this one. The step what first you have to set the environment and do this one. Okay. You might be thinking, okay, what are the things you have to do? Let me just show it one more time. I'm just totally closing the system. That I exited already. You will do this one, what I'm showing you all. SHA test, whatever you have given name. Now set the environment Aura env, give SHA database name, and give SQL plus, give HR/Oracle. That's it. And see the prompt over here. This is what SQL prompt. So right now, whatever command you will type or give here, it will instruct you to database. Earlier, whatever command we were giving, we are giving to the operating system. So hope you guys are getting this different up label we came now. Now, in this is the actual place through which you are going to interact with the inside database. What is this famous for? Data. Where this data is being kept. So data are being kept in the table. Now, what is table? Table is simply, it's a two-dimensional matrix rows, which consists of rows and column. That's it. So row will be there, column will be there, and whenever we are writing, inserting data, it will go. So we are going to learn through this. We are going to you are going to type the commands which will have different category, 4 to 5 categories there. One is for creating the structure. One is for inserting the data or updating the data. One is for maybe doing something, whatever data we are putting, kept permanently. So something we have to just destroy the structure. So different type of work we will be doing in next few days. And that few first you have to know, suppose, okay, sir, I came to this, but how to check what is inside? Just like in operating system, we came to know, okay, ls, so it is showing us all the file folder, ls minus ltr or lt, whatever, ll. So, but here we are into database, but how to find out whether any table or tables are there in this database or not? So the very first command we are going to learn now, it will give the list of all the tables available in this user called or known as HR. In one database, you may have 100 or maybe thousands of users. The capacity of this is, you can say, hundreds of terabyte. Oracle will be able to handle hundreds of terabyte. See the capacities. That many data, it will be able to handle it. But question is how to check. The very first command what we are learning here is select star from tab. So select star tab. This is something literally, it's totally new for us. This is the very beginning. And this is what exactly it means. Select means we all know. So, okay, star means everything. From means from where. Tab is the default one. You can say view or some one table. So all the tables, it's written somewhere, we are reading it. And it will just, so it is going to show us the list of the tables available in this user. Which user? HR user. Now, here we are finding a little difficulty to get it because the data what we got is not on the proper managed way. It's little bit, it's not coming in one line. So initially, again, very first time we used to get, so there is a formatting standard is there that we have to follow. The moment we will follow that standard, everything will be crystal clear. It will be showing in the proper row and column wise. So slowly we will, now I'm just showing you, so nothing to worry, okay, I'm not getting it. Slowly you will, because this is the day one in this environment, it will take maybe a couple of more days to just get familiar with this. So this you can ignore it, I'm just doing it, I'll share the same thing. Now, what I did, simply the T name heading and this particular number of character for heading was too long. Too long means, see how big heading was, see. What I did, I reduced this to half of it. I give one command. What command I give? Call means column. T name means this format. A40 means only display 40 alphabet heading. So the moment I gave this, again, I want to suppose 40, I want to give 20. Simple, column name, format A20. What I give, front slash means whatever SQL statement I wrote it last time, that will get executed. So what I wrote, select star from tab. So same statement will execute. See the difference, see, it reduced to 20. Earlier it was, see, 40. So hope at least you understood what I did. And by doing this, we are getting the crystal clear, okay, these are the tables, see. So ultimately, while doing practice, we are going to focus on two tables only to start with, employee table and a departments table. Only this two table we will follow. The question is, sir, what we will do in this two table? If somebody will ask you that, okay, you said a table is consist of rows and column. can you please tell me what all are the column available in departments table or employee table or any one of the table with his or her choice? What are the column inside this table? What are the number of rows available in this table? How to find out all these things? And those are the things basically we are going to learn. And that's what all this SQL is all about. One table is having, suppose, 1 million row. Out of 1 million row, you want to display only 10 row. How to do? Out of, suppose one table have 20 column. Out of that 20 column, you want to display data of only 2 column. How to display? If you remember, the first thing I asked that in Notepad, if we have multiple column, I want to display only 1 column data. How to display? It was not possible. I want to sort it in ascending order, descending order in Notepad. It was not possible. Likewise, there are many features here. So simple, what I'm trying to tell you all that within this table, what all are the things available data-wise, structure-wise, how we will able to find out. Definitely some ways are there. With the help of that, we will able to just answer all the questions what I asked. And those are the things only we are going to learn. And with the help of these only, all the software developers, DBAs, data scientists, one of the core part, all are doing this. What you are going to learn in next few days. Now, coming back to first question, how many number of columns are there in this tables? We came to know how to find out total number of tables in this. Other ways are also there. I'm not going to that, but this is the standard one. To start with, I have learned, or almost all of us used to learn this. Okay, now how to find out number of columns. So there is a keyword called DESC, means describe. Describe, give the department, whatever table name is there. Right now we have seen department. But so here it is only 4 columns. One is department ID, one is department name, manager ID, location ID. Sir, can you please see how many number of columns are there in employees? Definitely you can see. Employee ID is there, first name, last name, email, phone number, this thing. So many. In right side, there are different, suppose type, data type are there. That means in employee ID, you can put only number or character type value that we can define. So what data type or character type, I'm not going to discuss detail in this, but ultimately what we have learned in this, how to show the column, how to see how many number of tables are there. So describe and select, these 2 things only we have learned in this, and definitely how to just log in or come into HR user ID and password, what I have already shared with you all. Now, couple of more command. Sir, I want to display or see how many number of rows available in departments table. How to find out that? So, command is select star from table name, whatever table name you are looking for. Maybe employee, maybe departments, total. See, these many number of ID, name, this, see, 10 administrator, 200 manager ID is there, location ID is this. See, in this way. No, sir, I want only 2 columns data, not the 4 column. If that 4 column is there in this table, it may be 440, it may be 400. Okay, so total depend on the project, total depend on need, what exactly the project's demand. Next. Only 2 column how we can display. So we have to know the name of the column. So select the first column name, whatever is there. You can type it. Then you want to give name from table name. What is the table name? Departments is the table name. See, only, see, sir, but we are, see here, only 2. So depending on, no, sir, I want to display first department name and then I want to display department ID. Just reverse it, select, instead of giving first department ID, give department name. And the result will come accordingly. Select. Now to start with, when you guys will start typing, you are going to get errors. What type of error? Say for example, knowingly I'm giving some, I misspell it, that S is missing. See what it is saying. Table or view does not exist. To start with, the moment you guys will do practice, this kind of thing will, you all will face. If you'll give, suppose department name, I'm missing that E. Okay, rest I'm giving OK. See, it is saying you what line number this having issues. Invalid identifier. That is, this name is not getting it. So that will come through practice. Definitely, you all are going to do mistake, this silly mistake. Maybe comma is missing. Suppose you are going to type department name, everything is good. Suppose name, then you miss the comma and you gave it like this. Okay, so in this, see what happened. Ultimately, 2 columns we are looking for, it is displaying 1. Why? Simple missing comma is making that many. So these are the things only we have to know, we have to, and see, I can bet you guys are 80% everything is, means you are able to get it. You cannot say, sir, it's very tough. But when we'll do lab practice, then we will means defocus or we start losing confidence. So it's a simply English-like language. At least we'll be able to understand what we are trying to say here by just looking into the statement for all of you. Select this from this. See, so easy. And slowly there is a little bit more. Instead of 1 line, it may be 100 line also. If you have the basic concept, that 100 line you'll easily able to write. You'll not feel the pain. But concept, why I'm writing, where to put comma, where to put semicolon, that will come through practice. More you'll do practice, more thing will come. So this is pretty much for the introduction in this SQL part. And tomorrow onwards, next four days, we will just go the standard one little bit deeper, little bit different. As I mentioned, that different type of SQL query are there. So we are going to discuss in detail tomorrow on this. So you all can join. That link is already there in the group. So I'm just stopping it for now to all of you. Okay, so see you in a few minutes. Join within 4 minutes. Okay, so I'll take a little break and